Imagine holding a thin steel razor blade between your fingers. Now picture dropping it into a pool of clear liquid, and by the next day, that metal isn't sharp anymore. It's weakened, pitted, slowly dissolving. That liquid is inside you right now. Your stomach is filled with acid strong enough to break down metal, strong enough to damage most living tissue. So here's the uncomfortable question. Why doesn't it damage you? Because if you've been picturing your stomach as just a simple food container, that's not even close to what's really happening. It's not passive, it's actively defending itself every second. Think about the last time you felt hungry. That slight burn, that hollow feeling, that's your stomach already producing acid, even before food shows. We're talking about hydrochloric acid, highly corrosive, with a pH around 1 or 2. That's close to industrial levels. And it's not just sitting there doing nothing. It's moving, mixing, reacting, breaking things apart. Proteins start to unravel, structures fall apart. Mixed cells must be immune to acid. Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the twist. That's not true. Your stomach lining isn't acid-proof. If it were directly exposed, it would get damaged pretty quickly, which means the real story isn't about resistance, it's about protection, layered, active protection. Let's start with the first layer, a coating of mucus. This is a thick, gel-like barrier that covers the entire inner surface of your stomach. It traps bicarbonate, an alkaline compound that neutralizes acid right at the cell surface. It's like a microscopic buffer zone where acid gets neutralized before it can reach living tissue. But if that mucus layer was all you had, it wouldn't be enough. So your body adds a second layer. Your stomach cells are packed incredibly tight. They form what are called tight junctions. Think of it like tiles sealed so well that nothing leaks through the gaps. Even if acid slips past the mucus, it can't easily move between the cells and reach deeper tissue. Your stomach lining doesn't just protect itself, it replaces itself constantly. Every few days, your entire stomach lining is renewed. Cells that get damaged are shed and replaced with new ones. This isn't occasional repair. This is ongoing, non-stop destruction and repair happening at the same time. That balance is what keeps everything working. And here's the part most people never consider. Small amounts of damage happen all the time, and yet you never feel it. Because the repair system is faster than the damage. Your body doesn't wait for problems to stop. It outpaces them. Imagine if that speed slows down. Repair gets delayed. Cells regenerate a bit slower. Blood flow reduces slightly. The balance starts shifting. Damage begins to accumulate faster than it's repaired. And that's when symptoms start showing up, not instantly, gradually. This is why stomach problems often feel confusing, because what you feel today might be the result of something that's been building for weeks or even months. And here's something most people don't realize. Proteins are where your stomach goes all in. The acid unfolds their structure, changes their shape, and activates enzymes like pepsin that start. So, in a way, your stomach isn't just holding food, it's chemically re-engineering it, breaking complex structures into smaller pieces your body can act. Without this process, even a protein-rich meal would pass through you largely unused. Now, here's where things get a bit more interesting. When you smell food, think about food, or take the first bite, your brain signals your stomach to get ready. Acid production increases. Once digestion is done, it slows down again. It's coordinated, not random. But here's something most people don't realize. Your stomach isn't always equally protected. For example, right after you wake up, your stomach has been producing acid overnight, but there's been no food to buffer it. And that's why, for some people, mornings come with that sharp. The same thing can happen when you skip meals. Acid keeps building, but the stomach has nothing to work on. But if this system is so well balanced, why do issues like acid reflux or ulcers happen? Because the balance can break. If the mucus layer weakens, if acid production becomes excessive, or if the repair process slows down, the protection starts to fail. One major cause is a bacterium called Helicobacter pylori. Over time, it disrupts the protective barrier, and once acid starts reaching the tissue underneath, damage begins. That's how ulcers form. Not because the acid suddenly got stronger, but because the defense system. What makes this even more unsettling is that many people carry this bacterium for years without knowing. No dramatic symptoms, just a slow, quiet weakening. Certain painkillers, like NSAIDs, reduce the production of protective mucus. Taken occasionally, that's manageable, but taken regularly, over weeks or months, the lining starts losing its first line of. Your brain and stomach are in constant conversation. What affects one affects the other. So when people say acid is the problem, that's only part of the story. Acid is supposed to be there. The real question is, are your defenses keeping up? Your immune system uses destructive chemicals to kill pathogens. Your cells use reactive molecules to produce energy. And once you understand that, the small things start to make more sense. Why eating at irregular times can cause discomfort. Why stress shows up in your gut before anywhere else. So the next time you feel that slight burn of hunger or that heaviness after a meal, just remember, there's something inside you powerful enough to break things apart.